Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another edition of Jesse Talks to Us about something important, and I get to listen. All right. It gives me great pleasure as well, by the way, to know that you have chosen me to be a part of your day, and even if it's for a couple minutes, it gives me great pleasure to know that, so thank you. I also want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you. And if you haven't already, I would like to invite you to do that. I pointed my finger to the subscribe button, the lower right hand corner, and once you've done that, hit the little black bell. That will let you know about all the new videos that come out, that I produce, will come right to you, and you'll be first to know. All right, I wanted to talk to you tonight about multitasking. It's a myth. Whoa, you start with that? You start with all the drama? First thing? Yeah, I do. Multitasking is a myth. In fact, it is called right tasking. In my 15 years being a health and safety consultant, I have seen many cases of quote unquote multitasking. They ended up in my office. They ended up in my safety office, and we had to resolve them. We looked after them at that time. What I've learned from that, what I gleaned from that is this. We do one thing really well in the moment we're doing it at that time. If you are, I don't know, let's pick something. Cirque du Soleil, the guy on the unicycle throwing the sword up into the air while breathing fire. Yeah, he almost fell off the unicycle, didn't he? Well, trying to breathe, his fire went out. Oh, and by the way, he just barely caught that sword, didn't he? Yeah, it happened. Cirque du Soleil is awesome, by the way. My point is this. You're asking, how does that relate to the topic of me talking to you about the courageous, Valiant lifestyle? Well, I'm going to talk to you from the perspective of a husband, father, partner, spouse. Multitasking is something that you do every day, isn't it? You do it all day long. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do many things that you've planned or you've not planned or come up spontaneously throughout your day. How do you deal with them? Well, Jesse, I deal with most of them really well. Yeah, that's a blanket statement. That's a blanket statement. Here's how I look at it. I don't do all those things all great all at one time. But as a dad, as a spouse, as a father, I do them the best that I can. I do them really well, one at a time. What if they come at you all at once? What if they come at you all at once? What are you going to do? Do the best that you can. Do the best that you can. Here's what I want to talk to you about from the perspective of emotional intelligence. How does that look? How do you deal with it? If you don't carve out that 1 hour every day, that precipitates into how you deal with these things during the day when they pop up, even if you schedule them. How does that look for me? Well, I'm going to be honest. I have been playing with testing my me time throughout the day for the last 3 weeks just to see what it would be like to be able to give you a balanced perspective on that. And what I can tell you is, even as I've talked about it, it only worked for me when I did it first thing in the morning. You know why? Because throughout the day, if I didn't do it first thing in the morning, I felt like I betrayed myself. I felt like I didn't do it the best way that I could, and I could have done it first thing in the morning. And I felt like I was putting myself second. I was putting cleaning the kitchen and doing the cat box and cleaning up downstairs all first. And if I did that all first, I found myself, and it was all me, by the way, found myself becoming a little irritated by it. And that's okay, but I want you to be aware of that. If that's what you do, that's what can happen. That's what can come up. Okay. So now that I've tested that all out, what I can tell you is if you carve out, and you have to, by the way, you have to start doing that, just like I've done. You have to carve out that hour every day for you, first thing in the morning, because you will send the impression to yourself that you are first. You are first every time. Second, if you don't start doing it for you, and your kids don't start to see that, and your wife, your spouse, your partner doesn't see you doing it, you are teaching them, with your template, by the way, you are teaching them how to do it, how to be second, how you do it from your perspective. Think about that for a moment. Think about that little meta analysis there. Observe yourself. If you are doing this by doing things for yourself throughout the day, but you're not doing it first thing in the morning, you're sending the message. You're sending that subconscious message to yourself that you are second. And you are unconsciously telling your family that they should come second too. I welcome all perspectives on this, but I want you to think about that. Now, when you get going in your day and you're working, you've walked the dog twice already, and then something comes up, you have taken the time first thing in the morning to take care of you. It's not going to be such a big issue, is it? I mean, it wasn't for me when some of those things came up. Let's say, for example, I got a call from my wife to go get a couple of groceries because we were going to make something for supper. That didn't feel as irritating to me. Actually, it didn't feel irritating at all. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy doing that. But it did in the past because I hadn't been taking care of myself the way I needed to. Putting myself first every morning the way I needed to. And that's the message that I want to send to you, to be clear about. Be first. Put yourself first so that you can put the rest of your family first. Your spouse, your kids, your workers, your co-workers, so that you can do that for them. Then what are you going to do? Well, you are going to be able to tackle this day, and it's still going to be the perfect day. It's still going to be the perfect day, and you're going to be able to right task all those things throughout your day perfectly. And I'm also going to say that I'm not perfect at doing all these things, but I am getting perfecter. That is the goal, is to continually improve. And that is what I want to do. So my message today, multitasking is a myth. It's called right tasking. And the way you get through your day and you're able to balance it, if you've watched my other videos, balance is important. It's unique, but it's unique to you as well. Back to what I was saying, taking that time for you, going through your day, wrapping up this video with multitasking is right tasking. Set yourself first. Set yourself up first. Move through your day. When things come up, you will be better prepared. You will feel emotionally present, and you'll be able to tackle it all, my friend. Okay. All right. I'd love to hear from you. And if everything, and many things come up during this that you would like to talk about, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to lay comments in the comment field below. If there's something that comes up, by the way, this is a two-way street. You might have things that might be of interest and beneficial for me to try and adopt. I'm open to that too. Okay, take care. Until the next time.